You got to get rid of Jerry.
Come on now. Y'all already know what this is. First things first. God did this. Don't get mad with us. I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. And we got the one man and the only man that can check you into the Heartbreak Hotel. That's Heartbreak Prince himself. And we also got my man, J Movie Mania. One of the, if y'all don't know, we've had him on the show before. You know, he's one of the biggest advocates for the NXT crowd. If y'all ain't never seen him, he's there all the time. So, you know, we had to get him on the show because the NXT was crazy. And you know, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. How you doing, Jay?
Honestly, bro,
What
I'm
up,
blessed
Jay?
and highly favored. What's going on, Prince? What's happening?
Like to hear that, man. Like to hear that. Well, before we get into NXT, let's go ahead and talk about that Monday Night Raw. So let's go ahead and kick it off with a 2 hours and 30 minutes of fire. Monday Night Raw, baby. I ain't gonna lie, man. Monday Night Raw was actually pretty good, man. Look, they actually did a few things. Gave me a couple of questions, a few things that made me think, well, I can't wait to see what happens on Raw next week. Because they kicked it off with that man, Jey Uso and Big Jim. First of all, you know, Jey Uso's coming out, yeeting it up, you know, doing what he normally does. Big Jim following up, coming right behind him. Pause. That sounded crazy. Of course, they was yeeting together. Okay.
Yeet.
You know what I'm saying? Getting the crowd started. What was crazy, it was good to kind of see the Usos back together. And, you know, honestly, you know, Jay kind of started up the, you know, the promo, but then Jimmy, you know, just smoothly coming in and then, you know, just really killing the promo. And of course, the big Bronson Tsunami Reed and Braun Breaker come out. And of course, you know how that is. They talk, say everything that they said, say they have the vision, doesn't include neither one of them. Of course, it especially doesn't include Roman Reigns nor Jey Uso, and of course, doesn't include Big Jim. Of course, you know, they talk about that. And of course, you know what happens? The Usos challenged the vision, of course, Braun Breaker and Bronson Tsunami Reed to a tag team match at WrestlePalooza. But then all of a sudden, LA Knight comes out, starts to beat the hell out of Bronson and Braun. And honestly, it gets to the point where they get to the ring. And you know what happens after that? You know, Jay and Jimmy try to help a little bit. You know, Jay hitting the yeet, you know, LA Knight hitting the yeah. And that's how it goes back and forth. Till after that, Jay's in the corner. And then LA Knight almost hits Jay. And then he stops, fixes himself, moves out the way because Bronson Reed comes in and hits Jay. And of course, that caused the confusion. Of course, that makes Jay think, well, damn, you didn't think about me at this moment. Why would I think about you care for anything else? And then, of course, Jimmy super kicks Bronson and LA Knight, and Jimmy was still looking good. Then we flash forward to this match right here, this banger with AJ Styles and El Grande Americano. Okay, AJ Styles getting the dub on El Grande. Man, this was good. Of course, you see one El Grande, you see another, and honestly, it doesn't matter for AJ Styles, man. I ain't gonna lie. The way this man's been pulling off these Styles Clash has been insane, man. I loved it. Then we flash forward to this banger, of course, you know, with Raquel and Lyra back here. Now, this was actually a really good match. Of course, you know, Lyra's been having a situation with the Judgment Day with Raquel and with Roxanne. And, you know, Lyra does get the L, but she does face Roxanne Perez next week. So we'll see what happens with that. Then we flash forward to this segment here. Okay, let's light it up, light it, light it, light it, light it, let's light it up. Look, AJ Lee, man, AJ Lee. Okay, we've seen her on SmackDown. Okay, now she comes back. She's on Raw, has the Intercontinental Women's title, by the way. Okay, now she's all right. Now, I ain't even gonna lie. I kind of looked at her and said, you know what? This isn't a bad look. I kind of like this. But she comes out, talks about her problems with Becky, talks about, she didn't have a problem with CM Punk, going back to the ring, facing Drew McIntyre, facing John Cena. But it became a problem when he faced Seth Rollins. And it even became more of a problem when Becky Lynch involved herself. And of course, she says that, and who comes out? The man. Becky Lynch. I ain't gonna lie. Again, Becky has been killing it. She says that it's not her fault. It's her slimy, sweaty, musty husband. She said she had to bleach her hand for hours just to get, the smell off of her hand, which I thought was still crazy. I mean, the fact that you're bleaching your skin because of CM Punk is insane. But I digress. But then even after that, she tells AJ Lee that she wants her title. And then, of course, AJ Lee refuses. But now comes out Seth. Seth comes out. Says, look, I'm going to come in there. I'm going to grab the title. And that's what it's going to be. We're not going to have any of this extra commotion, none of these extra shenanigans. I'm just going to come in and grab the title. So Seth goes, man. He tries to grab it. AJ Lee stops him. Of course, being AJ Lee, the playful self that she is, she stops that. And of course, Seth starts to get a little upset, starts to get mad, pissed off. And then, of course, after that, you see my man CM Punk. CM Punk comes out, hits Seth with the go to sleep. And of course, Seth and Becky running out of the ring. But we know what this is leading up to. It's going to be CM Punk and AJ Lee going up against Seth and Becky WrestlePalooza. Then we flash forward to Rusev versus Penta, man. It was interesting. Penta went up to Adam Pearce and literally asked, he said, when I come to WWE, everybody loves Penta. Why not you love Penta? And I said, you know what, Penta? You're right. Why doesn't Adam Pearce love Penta? Because the way he's doing you is insane. But I digress. But you see what happened. Rusev still looking strong, getting the dub on Penta. Now, honestly, this was a first time ever match. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing a little bit more from these guys because this was actually a really good match. Now, let's not overly extend this. I'm good with a best 2 out of 3. Then we flash forward to Asuka going up against Nikki Bella. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I was happy to see this. I ain't gonna lie. Now, if Nikki Bella would have beat Asuka, you would have been seeing me saying this is a bunch of bull. Okay? Because ain't no way you're gonna tell me Nikki Bella is gonna beat Asuka. But they had a little backstage segment. Of course, Nikki Bella challenging Asuka on this heel run right now. Her, talking to EO and a whole bunch of things. Kyrie looking like, just the very frail friend that just doesn't really know what to do. But as long as she's told what to do, that's what she's gonna do. But the interesting thing with this, man, I love to see this. Asuka beating Nikki Bella, and of course, later on, that even led to having another rematch. But of course, what's going to happen. Asuka's going to beat Nikki again. Nikki, don't even think you about to get a dub on Asuka. It ain't happening. Then we flash forward to the main event. Okay, Bronson Tsunami Reed going up against LA Knight, and you see Bronson Reed getting the dub on LA Knight. And honestly, it led to just LA Knight getting the hell beat out of him. Okay, they was beating the hell. Braun and Bronson was just beating the hell out of LA Knight. Beating the hell out of him. And then Big Jim comes out, tries to help LA Knight, tries to sit there and try to help. Didn't really do much. Now Jay comes out. Jay's coming out, equals the odds. Okay, evens up the odds. Now LA Knight grabs the steel chair, takes the chair, hits Bronson Tsunami Reed, then throws the chair at Braun Breaker. Of course, Braun and Bronson come out of the ring. They're walking out. Jimmy and Jay dap up, but then all of a sudden, Jimmy and LA Knight dap up, and all of a sudden, Jay Uso spears LA Knight. Damn. I mean, to the point where Jimmy's just looking at Jay like, what you doing? And then, the crowd started booing. Jay said, what? What? Yeet. And this is the finish right here. Man, I ain't gonna lie. For Jay Uso, right now, this whole heel turn, possible heel turn, they're kind of trying to sow the seeds a little bit. Jimmy and Jay was backstage, and Jay was telling he was already leaving the building. Jimmy was trying to stop. Jay was like, hey, we got to help LA Knight. Jay was like, what you talking about? That ain't family. I ain't helping nobody unless it's family. I say, you know what, Jay, I feel that. Sometimes you ain't got to get involved with everybody else's business. Just worry about your own. And honestly, it still didn't matter because you still came out and helped both of them, regardless. But yeah, this was actually all right. I like this. I like this. The sowing the seeds, and even to the fact where Jimmy even told Jay, you're starting to sound a little bit like Roman. Made the crowd do a little good. Ooh, you know. But I liked it, man. I thought this was good. I like to see what they're doing with Jay. This makes it more interesting for his run right now because honestly, it was getting a little stale. It's kind of and we talked about this even for Clash of Pairs. We was wondering what was going on with Jay. We was like, even him being in the Fatal 4-Way, we felt like what was kind of the point. Now that they've done this makes a little bit more sense to me now. But I'm starting to wonder now, since we seeing Big Jim, yes, we know Naomi is now pregnant and she's about to have a baby on the way. But since then, Naomi's not on the Raw roster, now we're getting Big Jim. I'm okay with this. Big Jim, look, all I'm saying is if this leads to you getting the singles run, I'm all for it. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Yeah, I felt like it was going to be something interesting because I noticed that Jey Uso came out in his black and red. He wasn't wearing his typical blue colors. So I don't know if that had that heel vibe or just off of that, like little hints or clues of it or whatever. It could mean nothing or whatever. It just said like it was Monday. What is it? How's the shirt say? It's Monday Night Raw. So it could have just been for that. The heel turn is kind of, I don't say it's out of nowhere, but I guess if you're not going to really have much to do with Jey Uso, especially since he's lost the championship title and they've been trying to keep him relevant, in this whole title picture thing and as a main eventer, this is probably the next best thing you could do. I don't know how that fits in though with Jimmy and what Jimmy has going on and what Jimmy's character has been like over the past few weeks. As far as definitely being more of a face to go against the Vision. But I mean, this is the way creative has taken this, and so we're going to kind of see where this leads, and just hopefully it's something that does put the Usos back together at least for this bout with the Vision. Now, this also kind of builds that story for Jay and LA Knight, which is another person that I feel like has been on a rough road as of late, especially if you're putting him in like this main card type of picture. But again, I don't know if creative is necessarily doing a good job with that with LA Knight. And I'd rather see them go away from LA Knight if they're not going to be pushing him towards a main title picture, mostly because we've been seeing him lose left and right. And I don't know. I just don't think it's good for the momentum that LA Knight has had, at least, especially the last 2 years since he's been on Monday Night, been on the main roster. I don't know where they're going. That's the thing about this. Like, I don't know exactly what they're doing, and I don't know if creative knows like what they're doing in the story that they're trying to tell with LA Knight or a Jey Uso. But only thing we can do is just kind of go along for the ride. I think the best segment that came out of Monday Night Raw for me personally was AJ Lee. I loved her segment. Of course, it had a lot of times for the crowd to kind of embrace her and her return back to WWE, and she's talked about like mental health and things of that nature. But I like the more important sections. I'm not saying that it wasn't important talking about her mental health, but as far as setting up the story of Seth and Becky versus her and CM Punk, I liked that story, the way that was done, the way that she did it with putting the belt down in the middle of the ring, telling Becky she's got two choices. She can either step into the ring herself and take the belt at the risk of getting a beat down right there in the middle of the square circle, or you can give me and CM Punk a match against you and Seth. And then I like how Seth came out and thought he was going to intervene and like, well, I'm just going to go in the ring and take the belt. And of course, that's going to draw out CM Punk. But I like how AJ Lee steps in front of the belt right there in front of Seth. And, they had that little back and forth about it or whatever. I thought that would have been a good time, too, for AJ Lee to give Seth some of the treatment that Becky Lynch has been giving CM Punk over the last few weeks. But they didn't go that route, and that's fine. But I did like that segment and how that set it up. And then lastly, and we'll turn it over to the main guy himself, J Mania. Grande Americano and AJ Styles. I definitely enjoyed that match. I enjoyed El Grande Americano, period. But him and that match and the way that match went was phenomenal. Definitely enjoyed it. I can't wait to see like where this goes. With El Grande, and with AJ Styles, and so I want to give that match a shout out because I thought that was a definitely a good match on Raw.
Yeah, definitely. Jay, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
All right, bro. First of all, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, why does AJ Lee got a long ass neck? I'm sorry. This has been bothering me since she came back.
Yikes.
Bruh, bro, she got a giraffe neck. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about how Becky Lynch was looking like a female cyclops, bro. Like them shades, look right there, bro. Look like them lasers about to come out. Pew! Like, bro, come on, bro. Nah, man, for real. Bro, like, for real. I mean, honestly, man, I'm loving the way this feud is going, bro. Like, I'm happy to see that AJ Lee is back. And to see that, bro, like, it looked like to me that she ain't lose a step. You know what I'm saying? And, bro, like, she came out, bro, listen, bro, that IC title looks good on her, okay? But but to me, the MVP of this whole feud, bro, is Becky, bro. Becky has been cooking. She's been in the kitchen, bro, like doing some of her best work. And bro, like just to take it back, like a month like a month ago when she did that the promo against Nikki Bella when she was like, you can't see him anymore, bro. I think that is the burn of the year. Like that is the promo of the year right there, bro. She cooked. Becky cooked. But honestly, man, I'm happy to see all four of the athletes in the ring, bro. AJ, CM Punk, Seth, Becky, man, they doing their thing, bro. Husband and wife going at it, and it's a beautiful thing. Now let's get to Mr. J YRR Uso, and why I call him YRR because that's the young Roman Reigns right there. That man right there is definitely turning heel. I can see it already. And I think this is the perfect setup to build for the next couple months between him and his brother. And the reason why I say that is because I see it coming. Big Jim, like his wife is already pregnant. So I know when that baby comes, if he wants time off, this is the best way because this is gonna build a way where Jimmy's gonna be looking at Jay like, bro, you are turning into Roman or what Roman used to be. And it's gonna set up a match where I think Jay might end up winning, and basically Jim's gonna take some time off and spend some time with the wife and kids. That's what I think is gonna happen. I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it's happening. But if not, yo, Eric, I'm with you 100%. I want to see Big Jim with a title run because honestly, he is the funniest one out of him and his brother.
He really is.
And that man is. And like honestly, he don't get the credit he deserves. That man Jimmy can cut a promo like it ain't no tomorrow, bro. And then also when it comes to the tribal thief and Mr. Brunson Reed, aka no, not Brunson Reed, but Brum Breaker. You know what I'm saying? AKA Paw Patrol. That's what I call him. You know what I'm saying? That man is fast as I don't know what, bro. Granted, I knew he was fast from 2023. Because a good friend of mine that's in NXT told me, yo, bro, when this man not wrestling in boots, when he's in his shoes, he is fast. And I was like, oh, for real? And no wonder he has the number 23 on his shirt because that's how fast he goes in the ring off the ropes. For y'all that don't know. And yeah, man, like Brunson Reed and Braun Breaker, man, like definitely are doing what they supposed to do as young talent. And man, the feud between them and the Usos is crazy. When it comes to LA Knight, on the other hand, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Do I want to see a LA Knight run? Yeah, I want to see a LA Knight title run, but is it going to be short? Yeah, I think it's going to be a short one, and that's just my opinion.
Hold on, are we
But
talking about Jey Uso short or longer than that?
wow, that's a good question, Prince, bro. You don't study, bro. No, bro, I have no idea, but I just know the run might end up being short. Because to me, LA Knight is a good like when he's a babyface, he is a good underdog. When he's a heel, then that's where I'm like the title run can run for a minute.
Yeah.
Um,
Come on now. Exactly.
um, but when it comes to Jey Uso, bro, like heel Jey Uso, that's gonna feed families.
No yeet.
Like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, and y'all heard it here first. I wouldn't be surprised if that man slogan starts saying, "Shut up and just yeet."
Mm.
Like I would, hey, listen, I would not be surprised if he starts saying that when he heal
Four letters, three
or getting
words.
close.
Shut up, yeet.
Yeah, shut up, yeet. Yeah, hey, see, there you go. But yeah, bro, like, or four, yeah, bro, that shut up, me, bro, genius, bro. You said it. What else? I was gonna talk about. Oh man, when it comes to El Grande Americano, man, listen, bro. That gimmick, right? Listen, that character cannot die for the next 5 years, bro.
Yeah,
Keep that
Bro,
going.
thank
No
you.
matter,
hey,
keep that going, but
we in
have it
agreement.
switch different wrestlers, bro. Keep that going because I enjoy that, bro. I enjoy it. But I would love to see AJ Styles, like honestly, win the title and just retire as champion because we all know what's coming. That man already said it, and he's sticking to it. He keep giving hints like, "Yo, I'm retiring soon. Like I am done." So I would love to see AJ Styles title run one last time, and if he wants to go out on top, I want to see him retire as champion.
So that. Yeah, man. I definitely 100% agree with you on all of those aspects, man, for sure. Especially with AJ, man. We that man deserves a whole lot. He's been feeding family since TNA. Shoot, man, that legend, legend.
Yeah,
But we talked about some of the great things that happened with Monday Night Raw. Now it is time to talk about that man Sean hooking it up with NXT, baby. NXT. Sean. Yes. You delivered, man. I ain't gonna lie. This was a banger of a show. And of course, Jay was there to see all the greatness live and in action. But let me go ahead and break this show down because they kicked this off. First of all, Javon was up in there ready, okay, on all 10, okay. First of all, came in, jumped on Josh Briggs from the ring to the outside. Unfortunately, my man, the young OG, does take an L to Josh Briggs. But doesn't mean that Javon is done. I'm looking forward to see what he's got going. And of course, with Josh Briggs, hey, they giving him a push. Then we flash forward to this greatness of a segment right here. Anything with first of all, with Hollywood Trick, two brand Trick, first class Trick Willie Wong. First of all, man, you put anything with Trick up in it, it's gonna be Hollywood, okay? Because we had DIY out there. Of course, they was talking their stuff. You know how it is with DIY. First of all, that's black and gold right there. That's black and gold NXT. If y'all didn't know how this night went, this was NXT reunions like crazy. Okay, we've seen flashes of the NXT Black and Gold. We've seen people from the NXT 2.0, and of course, we've seen people from NXT current roster today. Okay, and we've seen DIY. They came out, had Trick came out. Okay, kind of cut them off in the tracks. All of a sudden, he tells them, "I didn't come alone." We see my man Carmelo Hayes. Now this is good for Melo. Okay, Melo been getting a good little push. We seen what's going on SmackDown. Now all of a sudden he's coming back on NXT, and of course my man's got a U.S. title coming up next week. So I'm excited to see that what goes with that. But okay, I love how they did this. First, Melo came out, talked to Trick, said Trick was a little out of pocket, said Trick was out of pocket talking to these two NXT greats. And then all of a sudden, my man Melo switched up, switched back up and said, wait a minute, this is my brother right here. So if anything happens between us, it's between us. I say, you know what, Melo? I feel that. Can't break that bond. But what I love what they did with this, man, this set up a tag team match, okay? Man, this is going to be good. DIY versus Trick Mello. Man, this is going to be good. Trick Mello gang, man. I can't wait. Next week. Then we flash forward to good old Laney Reed going up against Fabi Apache. Honestly, this was another speed tournament that we've seen from last week. Now, this was good. I was not mad about this at all. Now, I think they are giving Laney Reed a push. She's kind of been getting a push lately. I would say even when she said that JC Jane was the most beatable champion of all time. And then her popping up at, JC Jane's side a few times. So I'm a little interested in what they're going to do with her. Then we flash forward to that man, Hank, those guys, Hank and Tank and Dark State. This is a good match starting off, man. I mean, it actually really was a good match. And of course, this man, Kurt, I guess he just don't understand. You say Joe Hendry's name, he does appear. And that's what happened. This man, Joe Hendry, came up out the woodworks, literally, pun intended, and literally tried to help Hank and Tank. Unfortunately, didn't work out the way they wanted. Tried to help, Hank and Tank in the midst, but that did not work because, of course, the ref being the ref, getting overly distracted. And, of course, you see how it was. Dark State getting the roll-up pin with the hand on the tights. Then we flash forward to new heights, or should I say the American heights, because it was Tavion Heights going up against Ethan Page. Ego. Yeah, man, look, I've been saying this, man. This is actually pretty good for Tavion. They kind of been pushing him. Honestly, I've never seen a flag match and Americans never win. I've never seen that ever happen. I have never seen a non-American win this match. So immediately I already knew he was going to win this. But one thing that was good, you seen that man, Tyler Breeze. Okay? Tyler Breeze came out, and now this man's challenging Ethan Page for that North American title next week. This one came out of nowhere. Didn't see this coming, and I like to see this. Then we flash forward to this triple threat tag team match for the women's tag team titles, man. Honestly, for an opportunity. This was good. Fatal Influence going up against Sol Ruka and Zarya and Tana Paxley and Izzy Dane, man. Now this was interesting. We know what's been going on with Sol and Zarya. We've been saying that Zarya had even said to Sol, she wants to have a title. She wants to have a title. She needs to have it. I said, we know what you're trying to do. I already know what this is leading to. We've been saying this. It's been taking a little long, Sean, but I ain't mad at you because I've been telling you we need to just take this title off of Sol so we can get some more women with this North American title. But this was interesting. Of course, Tatum Paxley getting moved out of the way from the Soul Snatcher, which led to Zarya getting her soul snatched, and honestly, them getting eliminated from the match. And then it led to, Jasmine Nix hitting Zarya, but then after that, you seen Izzy Dane, you seen Tatum Paxley beating Fatal Influence to the point where JC Jane got pissed off. Everybody was booing the hell out of them. She was saying that she's the only real champion, that Jasmine and Fallon can't even hold their own. And of course, who comes out? La Dimera. Stephanie Valkyrie, she comes out. She says, you might have beat me before when it was all three of y'all, but I held 2 titles at once and did that weekly. I said, yeah, you're right. You're right, Steph. You definitely did that. And then, of course, she tries to say, Jason James tries to say she's the best champion of all time. But of course, who comes out? She said, Stephanie says, I think I know what time it is. And it's Tiffany time. Tiffany Stratton comes out. Okay? Tiffany Stratton comes out. Now JC Jane says, I'm the best champion of all time. And then Tiffany says, well, I don't think mommy's going to like hearing that. And of course, Rhea Ripley comes out. Damn near, Rhea Ripley chuckles to the thought of JC Jane being the best NXT champion, women's champion of all time. Last, all three of these women come in, beat the hell out of Fatal Influence. I mean, honestly, Fatal Influence runs out of the ring. And we're going to be seeing Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, and Stephanie Valkyrie going up against Fatal Influence next week to the NXT Homecoming. And this is the finish right here. Man. I wasn't mad about none of this, Sean. You did great. You did well. When it came to seeing anybody from NXT, again, when I said before, that reunion. We've seen people from the black and gold, we've seen people from the 2.0 era, and we've seen people from the current era. Who am I talking about? If you've seen DIY, that's black and gold. If you've seen Tippy Time, that's 2.0. And if you see Carmelo Hayes, well, that's still 2.0, kind of going into this now. But mainly, Stephanie Valkyrie La Primera, that is this era of NXT, and I loved it. And, you know, Booker went crazy. Of course, Jay got some footage seeing Booker going crazy when he sees La Primera. We know how Booker is when it comes to Stephanie Valkyrie. But this was a great show, man. I love what they did. A lot of great callbacks from the NXT, those past NXT eras. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing. I do think next week, hopefully, we'll say hopefully, I do think we're going to be seeing a lot more NXT people. I'm hoping to see possibly the Street Profits come around. I'm hoping to see possibly maybe Bianca Belair. And I would actually, man, look, I know Shayna ain't doing nothing right now. I know she's doing a lot of backstage stuff. But even if Shayna Baszler came back for the one night, for the one time, that's the Queen of Spades. Damn anybody, I need to see Shayna Baszler kneeing a few people, knocking some people out, putting a few people to sleep, snapping, tapping, and everything happening. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Yeah, great show for NXT as usual. I mean, there's no surprise here when we talk about the type of show that you get when you have an NXT product, on your television screen. It's good that I guess we're now past Hank and Tank. I don't know what's next for Dark State because they've already received their rematch and they took another L. So I'm excited to kind of see maybe a new tag team be presented to us. Maybe somebody from LFG coming up to NXT. We'll wait and see on that. Dark State still is in their the center of their push right now, so you can see that they still got some things going on. Of course, my favorite segment is seeing DIY and Carmelo Hayes, and of course Trick, just because of again that nostalgia pop, that nostalgia feeling of the DIY and knowing what they meant to a brand like NXT. And honestly, one of the reasons why I got into NXT was for groups like DIY, was for my boy, oh my God, the Velveteen Dream. I don't know how I even got that mixed up, but yeah, Aleister Black, that type of stuff, going back to those days of the Black and Gold, the Undisputed Era. Those guys really carried the Black and Gold brand. And then you kind of see that juxtaposed with the NXT 2.0 into the current day. I thought that was a great segment for NXT. And then of course they finished it strong with another great segment of having La Primera, Tiffany Stratton, and again Mommy, who come out, and again that's showing the generations of wrestlers and talent that has come through NXT, which I thought was a phenomenal way to do it. And then having Tyler Breeze pop up. We hadn't seen him in a while, and I think he had taken some time away from wrestling. He was still doing some stuff, I think, with what is it, up, down, down.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was cool. But seeing him, back in the ring, that's exciting, especially with him challenging for the men's North American title. So yeah, just a great show, top to bottom, beginning to end. Javon Williams match, Javon Evans match to start off the show. Great. Even though Josh Briggs had to cheat to win, they still put on a good show, a bang of a match. They're trying to push Josh Briggs. We understand that. But something else that I want to take away real quick before we turn it over to the man that was there himself and saw it live and in living color. Is there was a segment there between the Ruler and Trick Williams, and Trick told Oba he wasn't done with him yet. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if in the future we're going to get another Trick and Obafemi matchup battle for both titles, maybe, or with both titles on the line. Might be something interesting. But I think they may have something brewing there that I'm all in for, and kind of can't wait to see kind of where they go with that story going forward into the future. But overall, NXT delivered one hell of a show. Just from top to bottom, even throwing in Joe Hendry. I mean, they hit on all cylinders on Tuesday night.
Yeah, man, definitely. Jay, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Oh man. All right, you know what? Let me just go ahead and break it down. Josh Briggs, you are a bum. We don't like you. That's why we tell you, Josh Briggs, go away. Like, we really mean it. Go away. We don't want to see you, bro. Like, I don't know why they're trying to push you. No, you suck. We don't like you. Shout out to my boy Javon Evans for putting on a banger, because
As always.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? As always, that man is a future GOAT of wrestling, period. And I mean that with certainty. You know what I'm saying? As usual, Josh Briggs got to cheat to win. And and he's Josh Briggs a bum. Next up, when I see DIY, I'm sorry. I was like, cool, they they came back, whatever. But my brother from another mother came out and was representing as usual. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised he ain't have on his lemon pepper steppers on.
Hey, them lemon pepper steppers is getting him in trouble.
So
even Melo said, take your high heels off at the door.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? And then let me go ahead and dress Mr. Casanova. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Carmelo Hayes. You know what I'm saying? First of all, welcome back. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like how he flip-flops back and forth. That man is worse than the Florida weather. He don't know whether he want to be cold, hot, rainy, snow. Like, he just don't know what he want to be. Either you with Trick or you against Trick. And mind you, in my common sense brain, I would not be jealous of my brother. Okay, I would want my brother to always be doing good. The man Trick called you back and say, bro, I need your help. He could have came back and said, bro, I got you, come back. Everybody was going crazy, even though we knew you was coming back. And he come in the ring looking like a Jodeci member, both of them. Looking like they about to sing, Lady, I will cry for you tonight. Like, come on, look. I'm like, bro, 90s R&B is back in the 90s. Anyways, but he comes in, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's going at Trick, but then also he wants to say, oh, this is between me and my brother. Bro, you literally could have just said, Trick, what you said about the legends, it wasn't cool. All the extra stuff about his high heels, bruh, Melo, you knew your people was wearing those in the 70s, in the 60s.
Come on,
lemon pepper stuffers. Come on now, bro. Don't act like that. Anyways, but it's good because Trick Melo gang is back. You know what I'm saying? And I was happy to see that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely about to go down at NXT Homecoming. I will be there in effect. And yeah. So also what I didn't like, what I didn't like also was I ain't see no fighting DIY and I ain't gonna say no fighting, but I really wanted to see more from Trick and Melo as far as talking wise. Like, I really wanted to see a more interaction with them and DIY backstage. I wanted to see more. But you know what? I guess they saving it for next week. It is what it is. But my boy Trick did say to Over that he ain't finished with Over. Trick is my brother. I ride for Trick all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen, bro, Over is from the Jabati tribe from Black Panther from Wakanda. Okay, Myafa. Okay, that is like, man, that is gonna be a match for the ages. But one thing I can say, Over never beat my boy Trick 1-on-1. It's always a triple threat when Trick lost his belt. It's either a fatal 4-way or a triple threat when Trick lost his belt. It was never 1-on-1. So honestly, I'm rooting for my boy Trick to win that belt back. But hey, it's the ruler. So we're gonna see what pops off with that. I was happy that Izzy Dane and Tuesday Adams won the tag team match.
Yes.
So, listen, I've been rooting for Tuesday Adams for I don't know how long, and I'm glad that, she is getting her props. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about Tatum Paxley. Okay,
That's right.
that is Wednesday Adams' little sister. Okay, I don't, you can't convince me otherwise. But yeah, man, Tatum been putting in work, bro. Like honestly, I thought that she would have been NXT Women's Champion by now, but it is what it is. But for them to go after the tag team titles, I would be impressed if they win, bro. Like I'm really pulling that they win because the NXT is home for me. But other than that, when it comes to Sol Ruka and Big Za, man, I feel that they shouldn't break them up at all. If anything, they should have had Zarya be the Speed champion.
Yeah, that'd have been nice.
Because in the Indies, Big Za was killing it. So I'm like, she came to NXT and they kind of nerfed her a little bit, but man, Big Za can go. Like I want to see Big Za with some gold, and if she got to take it off Sol Ruka, man, that's gonna be crazy. Like I just really hate to see that tag team break up because I still feel that WWE need women tag teams, bro. Like for real, like I need the women's tag team division to be strong, and Big Za and so Ruka are one of the tag teams that have chemistry. So to break them up, bro, honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. Oh yeah, let's get to Fatal Influence, aka Fatal Attraction 2.0. Basically, I'm not a fan of Fallon. I'm just being honest with you. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not a fan of Fallon. But she's all right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, now Jasmine Nix. Oh, I like Jasmine. I just can't stand her boyfriend. He's a real a-hole. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google who her boyfriend is, and you will see the video where he does something stupid at Disney. But Jasmine can go. Jasmine Nix is a very good wrestler. But JC Jane has been putting in work for a long time, and to see her as champion, bro, I give JC Jane her props, and she's a great heel. That I love JC Jane, man. JC Jane is doing a great job. But when we saw Stephanie Velcro, listen, that's what Naomi called her, which is hilarious. Oh no, man! When we seen Stephanie, man, and to see Tiffy Time, aka 90210 come back, see Tiffany come back, man, I was happy. I'm glad that she maxed out her daddy's credit cards and everything's all well with her. And then to see Mommy Rhea Ripley come, I just knew, boy, it was gonna be some action going on. Which reminds me, man, I gotta send y'all a video of what happened when NXT went off the air. But yeah, man, it was glad to see those three women. So next Tuesday, man, it's gonna be Fatal Attraction. Fatal Influence versus Stephanie, Rhea, and Tiffy Time. So shout out to my dog Laney Reed. Laney, boy, I'm so happy that they pushing my sis, bro. She deserves it. Laney can go in the ring. Missy Yee Yee. You know what I'm saying? That is what's going on with her. And I better see her as Speed Champion because Laney is her. Okay? On God. So all around, NXT was good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's one thing about NXT, man. It's either good or great, great or perfect. It's never a bad show when it comes to you, Sean. So as always, you always over deliver.
Mr. Hickenbottom.
But what was I know you were there when Stephanie got there and everything. How was Booker, seeing Booker, going crazy for Steph, going crazy for Tiff, but mainly for Stephanie? How was Booker looking that whole time?
That boy Booker was looking like Red Fox from Sanford and Son. He was he was like this the whole time. This is the big one. It's the big one. It was so funny, bro. Oh my God, boy, when her music hit, bro, if you look at the video, half of the arena turned to Booker T when her music hit. We ain't even worried about what Stephanie doing. They looked at him, bro. It was so funny,
Ah, that boy
dude,
Booker.
man.
Booker love
Look at that
himself some
dude.
Lottie.
So it was
Yeah.
so funny, bro. Like
It's understandable.
everybody literally turned. Like we looking this way, her music hit. We was just looking at Booker like, oh, what is he gonna do? Oh my god, bro, it was so funny. Oh god, it was funny. It was hilarious, bro. It was funny.
Oh man. Good old Booker, man. Oh
Yeah.
man. But we talked about some of the great things happening with NXT. Now it's time
Oh,
to talk about the best part of the end of the week. Oh,
hold
what
on,
you got? What you got,
wait.
Jay?
I forgot one more. Shout out to Dark State. I forgot to say
Yeah.
it. Shout out to them, to Cutler, to Harry Osiris, shout out to Sugarfoot, and shout out to oh my god, what's the other cat? To Dion Lennox, aka Local Time, okay? Because them boys right there, they go. Listen, I want to see more from them, and I'm glad that they got some gold because that faction right there, bro, is going to go far in this business, like hands down. Dark State is like they are the future. And shout out to Hank and Tank. We just ain't feeling it, and I'm glad they gone. I would say something about Joe Hendry, but
Gone is insane.
next.
All right, bet. So we talked about some of the great things that with NXT. Now it's time to talk about the best part of the end of the week with Friday Night SmackDown. Man, I ain't gonna lie, SmackDown was actually pretty good. Now, of course, we can't really follow up the greatness with NXT, but SmackDown was actually pretty good, man. I ain't gonna lie. They kicked it off with that man Brock Lesnar. Okay, Brock Lesnar was out there, talking about the situation with him and John Cena. Randomly, and it wouldn't be random if it wasn't that man, R-Truth. Comes out, of course, he's not Ron Killings no more. I guess sometimes he's Ron Killings, but right now, today, well, at least that day, he was Ron Cena. Told Brock, that John went crazy this year. He did everything that he could, and that Super Cena is back. And he said when Super Cena comes back, he's going to be putting Brock Lesnar down. Brock wasn't hearing that. Okay, Brock was not hearing that bull. So what did he do? He picked up R-Truth and he F5'd him. And in the midst of him F5 and R-Truth, he ripped his pants. So that was a little interesting. Then we flash forward to that man, Sami Zayn, going up against Ray Phoenix. Now, Sami went backstage and he told Ray, that this was a great opportunity and that he can't wait to face him. And, this is good, I guess, for Sami since he's the United States champion and trying to keep the U.S. title open challenge like John Cena did back in 2015. So he's still trying to keep that whole thing going. And honestly, this was good, but, see Ray Phoenix back. I love to see Ray Phoenix regardless. But of course, I would love to see him getting a dub and with a title sooner or later. Then we flash forward to good old B-Fab and Julia. Now, this didn't even, this was supposed to be a match that didn't even happen, okay? Because first of all, what happened was, Kiana James, okay, walked up to B-Fab, started saying some stuff. B-Fab said, look, I understand what y'all trying to say. I got a lot going on right now. All this drama going on with the Profits. But I got time for y'all today. B-Fab came down the ring. Kiana James gets in B-Fab's face. B-Fab wasn't hearing that, so she started, throwing hands with Kiana James. That didn't last too long. Julia getting the upper hand on B-Fab. Kiana James and B-Fab starting to beat the hell out of B-Fab. But of course, our girl, Michin, came out with the kendo stick, trying to beat the hell out of Julia and Kiana James, and honestly saving B-Fab. But again, I hate to see this for my girl Michin, man, because I want more for her. I really do. And maybe she'll pop up at the NXT homecoming. That'd be nice. She should be there. She was there for the black and gold era. And damn near she came back around for the new era. So we'll see what happens. Then we flash forward to another match that randomly ended in a no contest or damn near in a count out, which was Jade Cargill going up against Tiffy Tom. Now, this was another match I said to myself, well, whatever happens, happens. And if Jade Cargill loses this match, then what are we doing for Jade? Uh, and, this was actually a pretty solid match, actually. But again, Jade Cargill hitting Tiffany Stratton with the spear through the barricade, and then to the point where they both get counted out. So yeah, that happens. Then randomly, Nia Jax comes back again and starts to beat the hell out of Jade Cargill, starts to beat the hell out of Tiffy Tom. And to the point where she brings Tiffany Stratton back into the ring and hits her with her, her destroy. Look at that. Hit Jade Cargill with a friggin' Samoan drop, then throws Tiffany Stratton back into the ring and hits her with an annihilator. I said, man, look, Nia's killing this. But, honestly, again, I still wondered as to why we did this, but we'll see what happens. Then we flash forward to this main event, which was Randy Orton going up against Drew McIntyre. Now, honestly, this was a really good match. I could not understand this. This legitimately pissed me off here. Okay. Why is the ref telling Randy not to kick Drew? The kick isn't illegal. It's not banned. What are we doing? Why are you doing this, ref? And you know what? This same ref, I've seen this ref a few times, mess up a few matches. Okay. Getting away. I don't know what's his problem. We need to get this guy up out of here. Okay. But yeah, I mean, honestly, stopping Randy Orton from hitting his good old fatal, kick to the head, honestly, to the point where it gives Drew enough time. Randy misses the kick. Okay. Drew recovers, backs himself up, hits Randy with the Claymore. Of course, Randy almost hit the freaking ref again. At this point, the ref is just a liability, damn near a burden. But Drew gets a Claymore on Randy, gets the 1, 2, 3, and honestly, gets to the point where he starts to try to beat the hell out of Randy. And then, even after that, Drew, I ain't gonna lie, this Claymore to the table, I actually like this move. But yeah, of course, Cody wasn't letting that happen because, of course, Cody comes back, runs down, classic. Let me kneel my head down a little bit, and comes in, saves Randy, hits Drew McIntyre, starts to beat the hell out of him, hits Drew McIntyre with a Cody cutter, tosses Drew McIntyre out of the ring, and then he tells Drew McIntyre it's going to be him and Drew at WrestlePalooza. And this is the finish right here. Yeah, man. Look, I ain't gonna lie. SmackDown wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I wasn't too upset about it. Again, I say my things about my man Ray Phoenix. That is the man with the most precise precision spinning kicks you have ever seen before in your lives. And the fact that I ain't seen my man do much of that lately does kind of kill me. That being said, Andrade's been released. Found out about that not too long ago. So hopefully we'll see maybe Ray Phoenix and Penta in a tag team back again. We need to see the Lucha Bros back at this point. Because if Penta ain't doing nothing, and since Adam Pearce doesn't love Penta, well, we need to see the Lucha Bros back. I'd love to see it. But one other thing I got to talk about real quick. This whole Jade, Tiffany, and Nia Jax thing, what are we doing here? Okay? What are we doing? We done pushed the whole Jade and Tiffany thing for a good little minute now. Yes, all right, I get it. Y'all have, I don't even know, overly stretched out, this storyline. I can't go anymore with this, man. I can't. Then y'all keep throwing Nia in, taking Nia out, putting Nia in NXT. Then you take her out of NXT, put her back on SmackDown for this. I don't know, man. Look, we got a lot of other women that could really be good contenders for Tiffany. And the fact that we're only still seeing Jade Cargill and Nia Jax, man, it's ridiculous, man. We got to do something for this. Throw a freaking Chelsea Green in the mix. Throw anybody else. I'm tired of seeing the Tiffany and Jade thing. Please. Said this before. I said this before. I say this again. Meechin, another one. What are we doing with my girl Meechin, man? Come on. I get it with the whole thing with BFAB. Y'all, it looked like y'all was trying to make a tag team with BFAB and Meechin. I was with it. I was cool with it. Now it's like they're a tag team, but they're still doing their own thing. All right, that's fine. But I mean, come on, Michin is another one. Michin competed for this freaking U.S. title. I don't know, God knows how many times, and I still haven't seen this woman with the title yet. The fact that we seen Zelina Vega with the title before her, damn near criminal. Come on, y'all. Come on. We gotta change this a little bit. Now I love Zelina, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I think, and a lot of people, we've said this before on the show, Zelina getting that title might have been a little too soon. Should have kept it on Chelsea. And if anybody was going to take that title, it should have been Michin. Made sense. She lost the damn tournament first. They'd have been the only ones feuding for the longest right now. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the man with the pen, but again, SmackDown still wasn't bad. Like to see Cody coming back. Like the fact that, Drew's still looking good, looking strong. Again, Rep, you killed me stopping Randy from hitting this punt. We haven't seen this man do a punt in years. So, yeah, you spoiled that for everybody. But again, wasn't too mad about how SmackDown went. Those are just my little bit of gripes. Not too mad about the whole thing. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Yeah, I mean, SmackDown was I don't know. The last couple of weeks, I think it's just been very like direct and to the point with everything they have going, and I think that's what has made it better. Everything seems to have a better purpose for the most part.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like everything is necessarily cobbled together for the like overall. And I think that's what has made the last few weeks better. Now, are there still some creative issues? I say yes. We talked about it. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but with Nia Jax and kind of what they're doing with Tiffany Stratton, it's like they don't have a replacement or anybody else that they want to give like a feud to with Tiffany. Especially with her being the longest reigning champion, in for the women's division or whatever. You would think that they would have something for her by now, and the fact that they kind of call in the same play, you would think they would have something by now with creative. They've got to figure something out for that. Not saying that I need Tiffany to lose the belt per se. I like Tiffany Stratton. I really feel like she's come a long way. Like she's kind of grown into this championship or the women's champion, especially after her feud with Charlotte, because I thought that feud with Charlotte was probably going to be the end for both of them, honestly. But she's kind of grown and done her thing. So I just want to see something. Like I feel like they definitely have the women like in the division to do it, like on the roster to do it. Like Chelsea Green, where is Chelsea Green? Like I will pound the table because I truly believe Chelsea Green would be a great option. Like I said, she may not be to the level of a performer in the ring as Tiffany Stratton or some others, but what I believe she would do overall for like just the women's championship and as the women's champion, I think she would be great on the mic. The little things that you can do, because she can have that heel type of thing with the Secret Hervis. Just I really do believe that they have something there with her if they would see her in that light and kind of go that route. And it sounds like at one point last year they were talking about it based on Unreal. They kind of thought about that, not necessarily make her the champion, but her winning the Rumble and kind of putting her in that spotlight. But something for Tiffany, for Trish, or excuse me, for Tiffany Stratton. But the next thing is Michin, and I agree with you because I've been saying for a while now, like, they have got to give Michin some type of opportunity here. Because I thought a year ago, the lady was putting on banger matches. She had a great match with Nia Jax. Actually, a couple matches with Nia. She had the great match with Chelsea. Like, I thought by now they would give Michin some type of opportunity. Then they put her with B-Fab. So I thought, okay, maybe they'll go the tag team route with her. Now they've kind of broken that up again. And now they could do something. I'm not saying she could be the women's champion, but some type of mid-card champion ship run would be great for Michin, just to give her that opportunity and then to develop another player in this game, because I know a big fuss has especially been with Mommy and her always being in some type of title picture, and the fans have kind of rejected that or kind of gone against that. But we still got Mommy for years to come. She's only like 28, I think she said. So just to have some more women that they could give time like this too, especially if you don't have a good feud going out right now with Tiffany, you can be developing or getting some screen time on for some other women that may be in that mid card to lower mid card realm. And I think, like I said, Meechin, Chelsea Green, those would be my two options to do something with. And then lastly, seeing Drew McIntyre, he's always on the tear. This match with him and Randy, really good. I agree. It's kind of silly that the ref is stopping Randy from punting him, but it is what it is, because at the same time you can turn around and then claymore a person's head through a table, and where's the ref when that happens? But yeah, it is what it is. But the quarterback is back. I like how it's set up for a match for him. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has been on a tear and hasn't been nowhere near sniffing the championship belt, which is another crime to me, especially with the way that he's been running for the last couple of years. He's been on a tear and been killing it on the mic, in the ring, and so I'd like to see him kind of step back into that picture too, because I do think he did what he could during the COVID time frame, but to have him be a champion in front of a crowd, I think could be good, and not just for the 5 minutes that he held the belt when he wanted it at WrestleMania. We're not talking about that, but actual have a title reign, and as a heel, as good as he's been as a heel, him with the title, oh my gosh, putting people's heads through the announce table each and every week in some type of just devilish way. Hey, I'm here for it. But overall, SmackDown was good. Like I said, I do like the format for the last couple of weeks. It's been very direct, very succinct, and right to the point. And I think they got something going there. There's a few creative hiccups, but that we've been saying that for a while through Raw and through SmackDown. Some of the things that they could do a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. Jay, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Oh man, y'all was talking about Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry, bro. He bores me. Listen, let me tell you something, bro. Cody Rhodes, I'm sorry, like I need a change from Mr. Cody Raheem Rhodes. I don't need this goody two shoes Cody. I don't need this. What I need is Homelander Cody. That's what I'm waiting for. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this show called The Boys and look at this superhero villain called Homelander, and you will understand why I say I need that from Cody Rhodes. Like, until then, Cody, no offense, bro. Like, you are great, but you're just boring, bro. You are great as an underdog. Your story has finished, and now I'm looking at what have you done for me lately.
Yeah.
The Prince said it best. What they doing to Drew McIntyre is a crime. That man should be champion right now. That man should be having one of the greatest runs in WWE history as champ. But no, he's not, bro. Like Mr. Man, listen, Drew McIntyre, aka Mr. Petty. Okay, that's what I call him. That man should be champion, bro. Like he really should be champion, bro. Drew McIntyre is a workhorse, and that man puts in work and loves what he do. So to me, that man should be champion. Like, and honestly, we all know what's going to happen at WrestlePalooza. But then again, I would love to see Randy Orton come out and mistakenly RKO's Cody, and that start a feud between them two. Because honestly, I want to see Randy as champion again too. Randy Orton, hands down, like you can tell he's letting the younger generation, do what they do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, Randy, come on, bro. You hear voices in your head. I need you to listen to them. No, okay, don't listen to the crowd. Listen to the voices in your head, bro. When it comes to Meechin, I need y'all to put up that picture. With Meechin hitting Kiana James, aka the White Howard shoulders. Bro, Kiana James got some wide shoulders. No. Go back to when Meechin is hitting her with the. Okay, you see that fan right there that's looking at me? Look at Buddy in the orange shirt. That's how I'm feeling right now, bro. I'm like, bro, Meechin, I need you to be interesting. And I think that is the problem with Meechin and getting over with the fans. She's not interesting, bro. Like something has to happen. Like she needs to revamp her whole character to get over, bro, because she can wrestle. She put on bangers last year, but in the ring, she's doing what she got to do. But outside the ring, as far as the promos, the character work, it's not working, bro. Now putting her with B-Fab, I like that. But like Prince said, they need to make up their mind. Either they gonna keep him as a tag team or keep him as single competition. And like I said, WWE need women tag teams, and they need ones with chemistry to make it believable when they in the ring together. But I'm glad to see Kiana James back. You know what I'm saying, so she can hit him with the shoulders. Uh, you know, um,
The
because
White
she's been
House
going,
show.
bruh. You know she got them, bruh. She got the White House shoulders, bruh. You know that. But honestly, I'm mad that Julia is U.S. Women's Champion because I still feel like it should be Zelina Vega. Like Zelina Vega, I feel should still be the United States Women's Champion. And I felt that if she like when she dropped the belt, it should have been at SummerSlam instead of on a regular SmackDown night. Like it should have like it should have happened at a PLE if that was the case. And Zelina Vega can cut a promo and she can wrestle her butt off. Like, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, like, why she not getting pushed. Because Zelina Vega is great. Like, she is great. When it comes to Ray Phoenix and Penta, hey, I agree with y'all, bro. Like, I want to see the Lucha Bros back together. I want to see them back together. WWE need more tag teams that are solidified and that can bring what we used to love back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Because tag teams was so great back then. Like, oh my God. And now it's just like, it's like, you always got to question, who was the tag team champions? It shouldn't be like that. But what else happened on SmackDown that I can talk about? Shout out to my boy Mr. Ron Killings, aka R-Truth. If you ain't got the album, y'all go buy, stream the White Album right now. The album is fire. What else? Brock Lesnar. I know he's trying to be serious. I just gotta ask, why is he here?
It's a good question, Jay.
I'm like, honestly, Brock, bro. Like, why are you here? Honestly, like, because after the feud with John Cena, what's next?
Nothing. R-Truth, maybe what?
Oh, bro, like I'm like, yo, what is next? Like, I just don't get it. And then last thing I want to talk about is Nia Jax. They need to figure out what they want to do with her because Nia Jax is so great. She is so good in the ring. She has improved so much in the ring. But what I feel what is going to happen is I think it's going to be a triple threat match probably. And my thing is the feud between her and Tiffany. If they're going to continue, I think Tiffany should drop the belt to Jade Cargill. And let Jay go on the run until Bianca finger get better. And yeah.
And it seemed like Bianca's finger's healed now.
Could be.
It seems like, yeah, she took a picture recently and her finger looks back to normal now. And then I think even when she was at the press conference, I was looking at her hand like, I was like, it looks normal.
Yeah, so that's a good thing, bro. So a feud between Jay and Bianca for the belt, I would love to see that. I would definitely love to see that. As far as Tiffany goes, Tiffany versus Nia, if they're gonna continue that, bro, I just feel like Tiffany should drop the belt because it don't make any sense anymore. Like I agree with you 100%, bro. They are stretching this out like a chiropractor. Like it's just crazy. So I'm like, yo, bro. Nia was in NXT and she beat my sis last legend, and I'm like, okay, so what's next? Like the way Nia was talking after that match was, she was gonna go after the NXT Women's Champion, and the next thing you know, she's gone. Like, bro, what are y'all doing? Like, what is this?
Yeah, that didn't make no sense.
Now, granted, if it was me and I was in creative and I want to push Nia Jax and make like her really have that that crazy heel heat, I would have her beat Tiffany for the belt and be like, you know what, I'm not finished. Have her go after the world heavyweight champ. You know what I'm saying? And get that belt, and then come to NXT and get that belt. Like I would have her like demolished, and then have Jay be the one to take one belt off, then have Io Sky be the other one to take the other belt off, and then you know what I'm saying? Like I would definitely do something like that, bro, because Nia is definitely a beast in the ring. But Jade Cargill, though, man, I definitely want to see her with some gold under her belt. I just feel that it should have been like the U.S. or the continent. Like, I don't want her to be the woman champion yet. I feel that should be like next year or the year after.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely needs. I think she definitely needs that mid card title run, just to kind of see how it goes first.
Yeah.
And you know, I said that plenty of times. I always felt the mid card titles were kind of just. It's a way to kind of see. All right, we give you this mid card title. Let's see how it could possibly show
goes.
us.
Yeah.
To see if if you're ready for the main card. So yeah, I agree. They definitely have a few things to work on, but overall, still not a bad week. I think they definitely delivered on a lot of things. Got us ready for WrestlePalooza. Definitely getting us ready for No Mercy as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do, man. Definitely am.
I mean, honestly, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, I am kind of disappointed in WWE at the moment, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because September 26th is SmackDown here in Orlando, right? At the same time, that same night, they are doing an NXT live show. And at the same time as that, they are doing Evolve, and Evolve taping for their special event for Evolve all in one Friday night.
Nah, that's crazy.
Don't make no sense to me, bro. Like y'all, like one of these events, like is gonna lose as far as fans being there.
Yeah, or just fans having energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but like it's so much going on, bro. So, but man, honestly, I feel that they also should bring back the number one contender matches. We barely see those anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't ever see those no more. Or the NXT was it the breakout stars. I used to like those. They haven't done those in a good little minute too.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. But as always, please make sure y'all follow all of our social medias, man. You already know what it is. I already tell y'all this all the time. Facebook, we on that. X, we on that. Instagram, we on that. TikTok, we on that as well. We appreciate all the love and support y'all keep giving us. And we're going to keep giving y'all that content the exclusive way. Okay? Y'all already know what it is, man. Look, this was another good week of wrestling. We had a lot of good things talked about with Monday Night Raw with Jey Uso. With the with the Vision. Okay, Becky Lynch. We talked about a lot of those good things. We talked about with NXT, Sean cooking up, Trick Williams. Okay, Oba. Okay, Fatal Influence, and of course La Primera.
La
and
Primera.
And we talked about some of the good things that happened with SmackDown. Good old Ray Phoenix, Sami Zayn, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, and of course, the return of the quarterback, Cody Rhodes. Okay.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. But as always, I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight, and we had the one man and the only man that can check into the Heartbreak Hotel, and that's the Heartbreak Prince himself. And we also have my man and the one man that's going to keep that NXT crowd going crazy, my man Jay Movie Mania, man. Thanks again for jumping on the show with us, man. Love to have you on
Appreciate
there.
it, Jay.
Love getting you insight.
Anytime, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. So, we are the Exclusive Knights, and we always ensure that we are the best there is,
the best there was,
and the
and
best,
the
that
best there ever
be.
will be.
And to ensure that your nights will never
You'll never
be the
be
same.
the same.
Y'all be good.